Good morning, guys. Happy Monday. In honor of April 1st, April Fool's Day, this is something that is going to be the exact opposite advice of what I would ever give you in the past. So, if you do not want to buy a house in the near future, these are some things to do. And sadly, these are all things that people do all the time. People that do not own a house. People that are in their late 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and even older. Believe it or not, there are some people who have rented their entire lives. And for some people, that is absolutely their choice. They're right. They don't want to have to take up a yard. They don't want to have to take care of maintenance and upkeep and all the things. And that is absolutely their right. But I guarantee you, the vast majority of the population, especially I would say around here, are renting not because they want to, but because they have to. Because they have had either bad luck or they've made some poor choices. So I'll give you some examples of what you should do if you don't ever want to buy a house. Finance a vehicle. Overpay for a vehicle. There are so many people, and it just baffles my mind, that are driving gorgeous, beautiful, new vehicles. And at the end of every day, they are driving up to a shithole. It's true. They're driving up to a house that they are not proud to drive up to. I cannot believe how many times I'm behind a vehicle and it's a gorgeous vehicle. It's usually clean. It's usually beautiful. It's probably very, very, very expensive. And they pull into the driveway of a house that is not clean, is not new, is not kept up. The yard is terrible. The grass needs to be mowed. The house needs a power washing. And it's so beautiful. It's really sad, and it's about priorities. You can't live in your vehicle, although sometimes I do feel like I live in my vehicle. A vehicle depreciates in value the minute you drive it off the lot. That's a fact. It depreciates in value the moment you drive it off the lot. If you bought a house 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, and you kept it up and you maintained it, the value of that real estate has skyrocketed over the years. And it will continue to do so if you continue to take care of what you have. That's the difference in real estate and buying a vehicle. So if you don't want to buy a house in the near future, go buy a new vehicle, go buy a boat, go buy a camper, go buy any of those recreational vehicles that cost a whole lot of money. Go finance any of those things and you probably won't buy a house. Now, those people who are making hundreds of thousands of dollars every year, those are not the people I'm talking about. I'm talking about just the average, ordinary person who may make anywhere between $30,000 and $80,000 a year. These are the people I'm talking to. So, I hear every day, I want to buy a house, but I just bought this vehicle, or I need to buy a vehicle. Lots of times, we are, and listen, and I'm just as guilty of it, we are all about keeping up with the Joneses and what the Joneses have. So if the Joneses have a new SUV, then we want one, right? We're never satisfied with what we have, and mainly it's because of social media. Social media paints an amazing picture that everybody has just this perfect life, this happy life. So if you don't want to buy a house, go finance something. That's not a house. I guarantee you it's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt your credit. It's going to hurt your debt to income ratio. If you don't want to buy a house, don't work on your credit. Just don't pay your bills on time. Keep accumulating debt, all those kinds of things if you don't want to buy a house, okay? If you don't want to sell your house, make sure it stays cluttered, make sure it stays dirty, make sure the welcome entry to the house is not appealing, make sure you overprice it so that you can negotiate. That's what I hear all the time. Make sure you don't check to see if the people that want to walk through your door, that if your house is listed, don't check that they're pre-approved. And if they say they have cash, that they have proof of funds. This is my favorite one. I get a call from people who want to go see a house that's listed for $800,000. I want to go see the house, and I say, so what kind of loan are you pre-approved for? No, I'm waiting on a settlement. Yeah, okay, that's a good one. So if you're waiting on that settlement, I tell you what, when the money hits the bank, send me proof of funds, which means the $800,000 is in the bank, and then we'll schedule a showing, okay? So if you don't want to sell your house, don't get a pre-approval letter from buyers who say they have the money. Don't get proof of funds from people who say the cash is in the bank or they're waiting on a settlement. So remember, these are the exact opposite of what I'd ever tell you, because these are some things you absolutely don't want to do. If you are thinking about buying and selling, I'd love to have a serious conversation with you and get you on the right track. I promise you, I have had people qualify for a house that do not have a penny. Literally do not have a penny, but they have decent credit. In order to buy a house, you don't need 20% down. You do not need excellent credit. You actually don't even need good credit, which is pretty sad. To buy a house, you literally, if you qualify, need no money, okay? There are many loans for people who are just average income, and you don't need any money. So, if you're thinking about selling, I'd love to have a conversation with you about getting your house ready. When I list your house to sell, I promise you, before it hits the market, you're going to be proud of it. You're going to love it in pictures. It's never going to look as good as it has once my photographer shows up on the grounds to take the pictures. It's going to look amazing when people pull it up on Zillow or Realtor.com or Trulia or any of those sites. And you will be excited to have it listed. So if you're thinking about selling or thinking about buying, give me a call. I'd love to have a conversation with you. This time of the year is when buyers are out, they're looking, they're thinking about switching school zones for their children. They are out and about, and I promise you, there is never enough inventory on the market for the number of buyers that are looking for homes. There's never enough inventory. So if you've been thinking about selling, number one, I can help you find wherever you're planning to relocate to. Or if you're planning to build, I can absolutely help you with financing for building and with a land loan. If you need that, I can refer you to some amazing people that I work with. I can guide you away from the banks that don't do a very good job of helping their customers. And if you are thinking about buying or selling and you have no idea where to get started, I'd love to have a conversation with you. This is what I say to sellers. Do not call me if you're absolutely not sure you want to sell, okay? You have to have a plan of where you're going next. If your house is going to be listed for sale, if you currently live in it, you must have a plan, because I'm going to sell your house. That is a guarantee, okay? So give me a call if you have questions. If you're a buyer or a seller, I'd love to have a conversation with you. I do have some amazing homes that are about to hit the market in every price range imaginable, all over Acadia Parish. But I do list anywhere. I've listed as far as Oberlin, Delcombe, Erath, Lake Charles, Sulphur, Westlake. I absolutely love to mostly list houses in this area surrounding Iota and Acadia Parish, but I will go anywhere. All right? Y'all take care. Have a great day, and be sure to reach out if there's anything at all I can help you with real estate related. Y'all take care.